This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray. We're at Carl Albert High School for Class 5A girls regional basketball action. This is the first round, but it's not Carl Albert playing in this game. It is Del City and Guthrie. Again, girls game. It's the Del City Lady Eagles versus the Guthrie Lady Jays. It's birds versus birds tonight. Del City finished in third place in their District 5A2. Guthrie finished in sixth place, District 5A1. So it's a 3 versus 6 matchup. Despite that, talking to Coach Ritchie and, your own evaluation, Jordan, we think this will be a very competitive game.
Well, what I'm thinking of is these teams actually played 2 years ago in a consolation game. This was in the area weekend. And Guthrie was the lower seed in that game, and they won that game. Del City was a 5 seed. Guthrie, I believe, was an 8 seed. And Guthrie completely outplayed Del City that night, and some of their players from that game are still around, including Mariah Deitman, who's being introduced to the starting lineup right now, and I think she was used in the box one defense against Jayla McAllister, who was Del City's best player at the time. She's the sister of the McAllister brothers who do a lot for Del City boys basketball. And so also another key player for them was Anaya Morgan, who will be starting. So just shades of that come back to me here. The other thing is Del City, as well as they've played lately, their last bad loss was on this floor. As we're showing you the starting lineups right now, their last bad loss was on this floor. They lost to Bishop McGuinness in the fifth place game of the Carl Albert tournament. And if they can lose that game, and they didn't shoot well, they could lose this game. They got to be careful.
So our starting lineup's brought to you by Dynamic Health, and we'll talk about Dynamic Health in just a moment. Guthrie is the visitor on the scoreboard. They were introduced first. The starting lineup for Guthrie includes 4 seniors. So you were talking about the experience and those girls that have been in those games. 4 seniors on that starting lineup. It includes Peyton Reed, who is a junior, and then the next 4 seniors, Mariah Deitman, Anna Morgan?
Anea Morgan.
Anea Morgan, Kinley Smedley, and Denise Doolittle, all seniors for the Guthrie Lady Jays. The starting lineup for your Del City Lady Eagles is Malia Purifoy, Ariana Bryson, Courtney McCarroll, Shelby Thornton, and Sasha Hunt. And so you've heard Jordan talking about these ladies out on the court and their last bad loss coming on this court, but we expect that they're going to be ready for this game. Well coached by Coach Mariah White. The head coach for the Guthrie girls is Brett Clark. Now, starting lineup brought to you by Dynamic Health. At Dynamic Health Clinic, Dr. Kaufman specializes in athletic injuries and is able to get athletes back in action very quickly using a system called Advanced Muscle Integration. Play better and recover faster at Dynamic Health Clinic. First period's underway. First period brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. And ball tipped out of bounds. Del City has the ball. It's tipped out of bounds, but they will retain possession.
And we see more zone defense. Looks like a 3-2 zone for Coach Brecklin Clark and her Guthrie team.
Del City just playing catch out top right now, looking for something to happen inside with a lot of movement. 3 off the front of the rim, no good. It is a rebound chased down by Sasha Hunt. Shot put up, no good, out of bounds off the hands of Guthrie. It'll be Del City ball once again under their basket.
Running a baseline inbounds play against a zone. You expect to see them look for Shelby Thornton right here.
Hunt gives the ball over the top to Purifoy. Now in the corner, it is McCarroll. McCarroll dishes it inside, and Bryson bounces back out with the ball. 7.5 minutes to play. Only Del City has possessed the ball so far. Now a drive inside, 3 from the corner. It's long, and the ball's going out of bounds. I thought that was off of Guthrie, but
Doolittle, I thought hit off. I think you're right, but it'll finally be Guthrie's ball.
7:10 to play. The score still 0-0. Full court pressure by Del City. Trap is set, but Guthrie gets the ball into the front court. Finds Deitman. Deitman in the paint, kicks it back out. She bounces out to the top of the key. So open 3 on the right wing, not taken by Smedley. 6:50 on the clock now, still scoreless. And in the paint, shot put up and a block. That shot was put up by Deitman, the block by Shelby Thornton.
Guthrie needs to figure out a way to get Shelby Thornton away from the basket. Right now she's defending against Doolittle. See if Doolittle stays away from the basket some to give some space to their Guthrie teammates.
Deitman battling in there. She's showing some good body contact. Very physical player. 3 off the front of the rim. Shot by Reed. A rebound, Del City. McCarroll pushes the ball right down the court, goes up, puts it off the glass, and
that's
almost
such
had
a
her
great
shot.
sign.
Yeah, almost had her shot blocked, but she powered through it strongly.
Courtney McCarroll loves going to her left, and in the games we've seen, she's struggled with that lately. Now, there's been other games where she's played well, I'm sure, but if she can finish like that, that's a great sign for Del City.
Good defense by Del City as Guthrie had a 3-on-1, and Del City managed to get another player back, slow it down, and Guthrie had to bounce back out. There is a 3 with the shooter's roll, and that is courtesy Kinley Smedley. 3-point shots brought to you by Bobby Lewis Insurance, with surprisingly great rates and a location in Del City to serve you at 405-670-3665. Purifoy on the left wing, playing catch with McCarroll, loses the dribble, has it poked away from her. Smedley comes up with it.
Well, Purifoy just didn't see where she was going there. And then the foul on McCarroll, trying to draw a charge.
Thornton gets in there and swats the ball, but the foul was called on McCarroll on the floor before Thornton got to the ball. It is a shooting foul. That is the first foul of the basketball game. At the line, shooting 2 free throws, courtesy Toonie Buys Houses. For Guthrie is that number 2, Peyton Reed?
Yep.
No, that is number 21, Ania Morgan. And she hits 1 of the 2 free throws. The score is now 4-2. Toonie Buys Houses in any condition. If you or someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, call Toonie Buys Houses today for a cash offer, 405-931-3046. Deitman dribbling in the corner, pressured by the defense of Bryson. Ball goes out of bounds, but it is a foul called on Bryson.
This is an important sub here, and she's making it kind of early, but Raina Lewis, definitely one of the best players for Del City, but she comes off the bench. And last 2 possessions against the zone for Guthrie have not been productive. They've turned the ball over.
There's a long baseline shot put up by Morgan. No good. Rebound, Del City. 4-2, Guthrie leading right now. 4:45 left to play in the first period. McCarroll out top of the basketball. Defended by Smedley. McCarroll. Blocking foul called. That is going to be on Deitman. That'll be the first foul on Guthrie. Deitman had good position, but then I think she slid over in front of.
She slid over. I think she got her position a little late, but not free throws. McCarroll was not in the act of shooting.
Inbound pass over the top to Purifoy. Now in the corner, McCarroll for 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound by Thornton off the glass, good for 2.
And it's so important also that Thornton can finish consistently around the basket. Those offensive rebound putbacks aren't easy when you got hands draped all around you, but Thornton came through there.
A long pass down the court to Doolittle.
See, Doolittle's not comfortable dribbling the ball there because she had an open layup lane.
Yeah, she got behind the press, but you're right. She did not feel comfortable heading to the hole with the ball.
Okay, that's going to be a hand check basically on Purefoy, so that's now 4, I think, on Del City, or they updated quickly, so it's still only 3.
Yeah, that's 3.
But that's, you got to adjust to that. You got to adjust to how that's being called. Haven't played half the quarter yet.
Reed to inbound the ball, gives it to Smedley. Smedley in the left corner, dribbling against the defensive McCarroll, comes all the way out top with it, passes off to Reed again, and Guthrie will reset their offense. A little bit of trouble out here. Del City putting some pressure on D. Smedley comes out, takes the pass. Lob over the top.
And foul McCarroll.
Wow.
That's a tough one, Bubby, your second.
McCarroll picks up her second, 4th team foul on Del City.
It's replaced by Mackenzie Smithers.
And we are tied up 4-4 with just under 4 minutes to play in the first. Smedley takes the inbound pass. Morgan now on the right wing. Now in the corner to Deitman. Deitman drives the baseline, and there's the 5th foul on Del City here, barely over 4 minutes into the ball game. That foul's on Raina Lewis.
Well, again, you got to adjust. You got to keep your hands off the players. That's the big thing.
Guthrie doing a good job of attacking the basket and drawing the fouls right now.
Yeah.
Deitman hits the first of the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. Back on top by 1. We've had 1 lead change and 1 tie here in the first period. Deitman's ball bounces around before finally falling through the hole. 3.5 minutes to play, 6-4, Guthrie leading Del City. Lewis with the ball, passes to Purefoy, right wing. Purefoy wide open, looks inside, dishes it off to Smithers, and Smithers draws the foul. That foul going on number 23, Smedley, her first personal, second team foul.
Well, we went off for there for Del City. Smithers didn't go high or low, went to mid-post where she had an opening, and that's something that Del City needs to do. They need to position themselves in the right places in those gaps against the zone.
Thornton takes the inbound pass. Del City sets up their offense. Purefoy in the paint, misses off the glass. Rebound by Smedley, and the Lady Jays pushing the ball right back up the court. Morgan, running point, gets in the paint, kicks it out. Smedley for 3, front of the rim, no good. Rebound, Hunt. Hunt pushing it down the court, has the ball tipped away, and a foul is called on Morgan.
Yeah, Hunt was about to make a move, trying to cross over Morgan in some way. We're going to see McCarroll come in. She's got 2. And again, just you have to adapt to how the refs are calling the game. So see if she can do that.
3 fouls on Guthrie now. Inbound pass again goes to Thornton, and Del City sets up their offense. It seems like a mismatch down low between Thornton and Doolittle for me, but Del City not taking advantage of that. McCarroll drives in, puts it off the glass for 2.
Yeah, but you know what? Guthrie's still going to pay a lot of attention to Thornton, and so that's just a good drive there by McCarroll, and doing it with, again, 2 fouls.
Deitman pulls up 12 feet out, drains along 2. That was a nice-looking jumper by Deitman.
Yeah, they did a good job breaking the press.
McCarroll on the left wing looking inside. Back out to Hunt. Lewis for 3, left wing, right wing.
That's Hunt.
Excuse me, that's Hunt. Okay.
But she can make that shot.
And Hunt gets the Bobby Lewis insurance 3, and that puts Del City back on top for the first time now in about 4 minutes. 9-8 is the score. Deitman from the baseline. Shot's no good. Ball tipped out by Doolittle. Morgan kicks the ball right back out. Now she driving into the low block. Puts up a little underhanded scoop, and she scores.
It's really good footwork there, attacking left and then using her pivot foot to get to her right.
Thornton kicks it out to Hunt on the right wing. She drives the baseline, puts up the baseline shot, draws the foul. She's going to the line for 2. Toonie Buys Houses free throws.
And that that's still the player you want with the ball creating most of the time for Dale City is Sasha Hunt. McCarroll can do it. Lewis can do it. You still want to go inside of Thornton some, but Hunt, who in this type of game last year against Duncan had 31 points as a freshman, she's the one that can take over and take over consistently, as both offenses are starting to pick up here.
Hunt hits both of the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. 11-10 is the score. 4 lead changes in the first period. Trap by Dell City. And a ball passed back out to Smedley. And a quick foul. That's going to be 2 free throws.
I think it's on Lewis.
Morgan.
That's at least her second, I believe.
That is her second. 6th team foul on Dell City.
Dell City might want to try a zone just to protect their players more. They're trying to get out and pressure, and unfortunately they're just not able to do it right now without fouling.
Nia Morgan taking the Toonie Buys Houses free throws, gets the shooter's roll on the first. 11-11 is the score. 1 minute left to play in the first period. Second free throw's up. That one's good as well. Lead change number 5 here in the first period. Morgan with 3 made free throws, giving her 3 points in the game. Hunt for 3, top of the key, shot no good. Ball's going out of bounds. Attempt to save it by Dell City is no good. It'll be Guthrie ball on the baseline, leading by 1, 12-11 with 50 seconds to play in the first period. This first period brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings at 5500 Tinker Diagonal in Dell City. You can support your favorite Mid-Dell Winter Sports team. Let your waiter know who your favorite team is, and your team will get 10% of the proceeds at Buffalo Wild Wings in Dell City. 30 seconds to play here in the first. 12-11, Guthrie leading the Lady Eagles. Morgan drilling against the defense of Purifoy. 15 seconds now. Doolittle setting the screen. Nice baseline run and a block by Thornton. That was a nice cut by Dykeman.
Yeah, Morgan and Dykeman, they've been playing together for quite a while. And they've been, especially Morgan, really good this quarter. Creating shots, getting fouls.
Dunning in the ball game for Guthrie, inbounding the ball on the baseline, over the top, and we have a foul called, an intentional foul called.
Well, they pointed towards Purifoy, who was guarding the inbounder.
Did she give her a little shove as she tried to run in bounds, maybe? I didn't see the play. Can we go to a Super Subs instant replay here real quick?
We're a little late with it. I wish. But it's not your conventional foul call, that's for sure. And this is the number one problem for Dell City. They are fouling too much on that one. I didn't see what happened. So that's not the normal foul that's been called on him, obviously, because it's.
This is 2 free throws and possession of the ball with 7.7 seconds left. Now Dunning misses the first of the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. Again, Guthrie leads by 1. Dunning hits the second. It's a 2-point lead now for Guthrie. And it'll be Guthrie ball on their baseline.
So you got 3 players with Dell City in foul trouble.
Lewis, McCarroll, and Purifoy all with 2 fouls. And there's another bucket by Guthrie. A shot at the buzzer, no good by Dell City. It's a 4-point lead by Guthrie as we close out the Buffalo Wild Wings first period. Keep listening right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Oklahoma Sports Network. This is Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray back at Carl Albert High School for Class 5A Girls Regional Basketball Playoff action. It is the Guthrie Lady Jays leading the Del City Lady Eagles 15-11 as we begin the second period of play. Second period brought to you by Casa Juanito. Casa Juanito is a quick service restaurant offering fresh and flavorful fiesta meals in Del City, Oklahoma since 1976. Located at 4718 Southeast 29th Street in Del City. Casa Juanito, just a little bit east of Sooner Road on Southeast 29th. We're underway with Guthrie has the basketball.
Good news for Del City, the fouls have started over, but certain players cannot afford to pick up one right now.
And there is a turnover as Morgan drags her foot. Seven and a half minutes to play in the first half. Hunt bringing the ball down the court for Del City. McCarroll back to Hunt. Hunt looking inside. Thornton at the high post, drops down to the low post. McCarroll on the left wing. Now Thornton down low, makes a nice move. A little hard off the glass, rebound by Guthrie.
And that can be a problem. Sometimes she'll miss gimme shots. Not the easiest shot because she had a defender on her, but Del City desperately needs her to make right now as they're down 4.
Good pressure by Hunt, but then it is Morgan driving around her, getting to the hole. Misses the layup. Hunt has the ball. Looking for Thornton down low. Thornton didn't see the ball coming. Turnover, Del City.
Now when you're a post player, you're running down the court, you need to sometimes head snap, as they'll call it, turn your head back and see what's going on with the ball. Thornton wasn't ready for that pass. Although I don't think Hunt should have thrown it because she should have known Thornton wasn't ready for it.
Dykeman defended by Smithers, passes off. Now Smedley, McCarroll on D. Carroll tipped it. Dykeman comes up with it. Morgan for the long two, right baseline. A rebound by Bryson. Bryson feeds it down the court. McCarroll's got a one-on-one against Smedley. Nice little Euro step off the glass for 2. Super subs, instant replay.
Yeah, she's had the best game for Del City so far as McCarroll. And she's been able to create off the dribble, both in transition and in the half court. She's got to keep being aggressive like that.
Dykeman driving in, body blow. And I believe that's going to be on Bryson, but no, it is not. Smithers, her first personal.
I think Smithers has to know you have Thornton, who's not really guarding Doolittle tightly. She's shadowing Doolittle, and she's going to help out. So you don't need to foul if you're giving up dribble penetration. Just stay with your player, but trust that Thornton will be able to close the gap for you.
Smedley throws the ball out over the top to Morgan, and then Hunt is called for a quick foul.
And Sasha Hunt should not be doing that. That's a little too aggressive with the hands. The refs have been calling that consistently in the first quarter, so why are they going to change things in the second quarter? Only her first, though, but she should not be doing that the rest of this quarter.
It's only her first, but it is a second team foul already on on Del City, and a turnover by Guthrie. 6 minutes to play in the second period.
So a couple of turnovers on Guthrie. If Del City can avoid fouling, that's going to even things out a lot. Guthrie still has players who can score, but you see if Del City can play straight up, then they do get some stops.
It feels like Guthrie's been in control, but it's only a 2-point basketball game. 15-13 is the score.
Yeah, well, that was such a good ending to the first quarter for Guthrie. They got, I believe, a 4-point trip.
Lewis for 3. Boom! It's a Bobby Lewis Insurance 3. And we have another lead change as Del City is back on top, 16-15. Bobby Lewis Insurance, surprisingly great rates, 2 locations, including one in Choctaw at 405-281-6700. Dykeman drains another long 2. She's got a great mid-range jumper.
Yes, she does. It doesn't look like it going up, but she finishes.
McCarroll at the top of the key. It's back a 1-point lead for Guthrie. Thornton under the basket. Misses that shot. Rebound. Dykeman has it. She's pushing it up the court. And we're going to have a foul called on Bryson as she's reaching in from behind.
And now foul's becoming a problem again. Not a penalty yet, and then Thornton, she's got to make that.
Bryson picks up her second personal, and it's 3 team fouls already on Carl Albert with no fouls here in the second period on Guthrie. Deitman with the ball. She's doing a little bit of an attempt at a hooking there. They'll have to keep an eye on that. Morgan down low to Deitman. Thornton on D. Good job of maintaining her position. McCarroll tipping a ball away from Reed, and
Timeout, Guthrie.
timeout.
Brett Clark wants the 30.
Coach Clark from Guthrie, only a 30-second timeout. So a 1-point lead for Guthrie, 17-16, with 4:50 to play in the second period.
Yeah, Brett Clark from Guthrie, she actually was at El Reno a couple years ago when El Reno at Westmore High School beat Midwest City in the area. And then the next game was Guthrie versus Del City. Guthrie won that one. And Midwest City and Guthrie had to play for a regional championship. So I got familiar with the Guthrie players from all that. And Midwest City won that game, obviously. And it's been a bit of a tough season, but they ended the season well, did Guthrie, winning by 30 points against Crossings. And that was actually a game for seeding. Like they were about even the standings. So they needed to win that game by 3 points or more. They ended up winning by 30 to put themselves in position to play here. Instead of playing, I believe they would have played at Lon MacArthur, which may not have been a tough game because Lon MacArthur's a little, they're not 100% right now. But still, Guthrie ended the season on a really good note.
Smedley with the ball, left wing. McCarroll on D. Pass in the paint. It is Bryson stepping in front of that one and picking off the pass. Hunt to Lewis. Lewis in the corner, drives the baseline, gives it to Thornton. The left-sided layup, right-handed.
Very important for Thornton to get that finish, and Lewis made that play. Again, two really good guards who can create for Del City, along with McCarroll, who I kind of consider a forward.
And this ball is going to be tipped out of bounds by Bryson, intended for Deitman. It'll be Guthrie ball on the baseline.
Bryson, a freshman guarding Deitman, the senior, but this is why Bryson's in, is Coach Webb, Coach White, used to be Coach Webb, still does, really likes her defense.
Reed thought about the three in the corner, dribbles out of it instead. Smedley driving in from the left side, loses a handle on the ball. It's bounced around. Doolittle saves it, and now Guthrie has an opportunity to get their offense set up once again. McCarroll tips it away from Smedley. It goes out of bounds. Guthrie basketball.
Well, there are two or three instances there where Del City looked like they're going to get a stop, and Guthrie's held on to that. Will that result in points? Nope.
Hunt steals away the inbound pass. 1-on-1. Now make it a 2-on-1, excuse me. Layup missed. Thornton gets a rebound. Misses that shot. Hunt gets the rebound and draws the foul.
So I was trying to say that I said clumsily. Bryson is in the game mostly because of defense. Her offense still needs to catch up some, and she misses a shot there. But so does Thornton. And for this game, missing an offensive rebound putback. Del City retains possession, though. McCarroll will get a breather. You're going to see probably McCarroll go in and out some because she's in foul trouble.
Smithers checks back into the ball game as McCarroll sits down. Inbound pass goes to Thornton. Lewis out top of the ball. It's a 1-point lead for Del City right now. We have had 8 lead changes in the ball game here in the first half. 3.5 minutes to play in the half. Lewis drives in, kicks it out. 3 attempted.
Now Thornton missed one offensive rebound. She got the other, and she's actually, I believe, has 4 baskets.
I've got her with 6 points right now. I may be wrong, but I've got her with 6.
3 or 4 baskets this game.
Yeah.
That is, Lewis has got to know better. I don't know why they are gambling like that. That's 3 fouls on Lewis. 3.
4 team fouls now on Del City as well.
I just don't understand why she would trap there.
Smedley inbounds the ball, gives it to Morgan. Morgan defended by Hunt, driving all the way in, pulls up at the block and puts in the nice little jump shot.
Yeah, Morgan and Deitman can both finish without having to get all the way to the paint, too.
Thornton kind of hit from behind as she's holding the ball at the free throw line. No foul called. Bryson driving in, and we're going to have a foul called on Guthrie. That foul coming on Peyton Reed, her first personal, second team foul.
So McCarroll will come in for Lewis. And McCarroll has to make sure she doesn't do something like that. She just can't. You have to be careful how aggressive you're on defense, but that's one of the reasons the foul difference is what it is Del City's trying to pressure a lot. Guthrie's sitting back in the zone.
Del City gets the ball in safely, works it around the perimeter, and now Hunt will set up the offense. 2.5 minutes to play in the first half.
Guthrie to man here.
McCarroll for three. It's short off the front of the rim. Smithers chases down the rebound, gives it back to McCarroll. It's a 1-point game, 20-19. Del City on top. Bryson looking inside for Thornton. Doolittle doing a job keeping her at bay. Thornton now has the ball in the paint. The scramble tied up, and 3 seconds in the lane is called. Turnover on Del City.
Yeah, Thornton may have been in there longer than 3 seconds because the way she was struggling to control the ball, and she was trying to make a move, dribbling the ball between 2 or 3 defenders. It's a tough way to score for her.
Deitman brings the ball up the court slowly, crosses the timeline, gets to moving. In danger of a travel there. It looks like she held her plant foot in place. Smedley at the top of the key, backs up. 1:45 to play here in the second period. Second period brought to you by Casa Juanito, a great Tex-Mex Fiesta meal flavor in Del City. Morgan. Dunning for three from the corner. Thornton with the rebound. Hunt finds McCarroll. McCarroll's going to the hole. Does a great job drawing contact.
Well, I've said many times, I've been a broken record on this as much as anything for any mid-Del player I've talked about. Courtney McCarroll is so good at getting to the foul line, and she, again, I haven't seen as much of that lately in the games I've called with her, but she was really specializing in that last year as a freshman earlier this season. Of course, she's got to capitalize on it by making free throws, but that's her specialty, is getting to the free throw line. Part of it is she's left-handed, and so she plays a little differently than what you're used to.
McCarroll misses the first of the Toonie Buys Houses free throws, misses the second as well. Rebound by Doolittle. Del City goes for the trap. She passes the ball out. Morgan goes to the hole. Underhand scoop. Rolls around the rim. Thornton gets the rebound, and Hunt's coming the other way with the ball. Hunt in the paint and called for the travel. And she did.
It's a good job by Deitman to close the gap there.
No one scored now for a couple of minutes. Smedley checks back into the game. Doolittle takes a seat. Reed will inbound the ball to Deitman. 1 minute and 5 seconds left to play here in the first half. 20-19 the score. Del City leading Guthrie. This has been a back-and-forth game with 8 lead changes in the first half. Deitman picks up her dribble, gives it back to Reed. Reed defended by Smithers. Reed didn't want to dribble out of that, did she? Dunning now on the left wing, hands off to Morgan. Morgan for three. It's short. Rebound Bryson. Bryson almost dribbled into trouble there, but Smartin pulled up. 30 seconds left.
I thought it was about to be a steal. We'll see how Del City plays this, if they hold for a last shot, and who will create for them.
McCarroll picks up her dribble. Back to Hunt. Hunt in the paint. Puts up the floater. Smart move by Hunt after she drew contact.
But she did not hold for last shot, which is okay if you get these 2 free throws. Now, McCarroll has 2 fouls. Will they take her out as a defense for offense sub? Because she cannot pick up a third. And you don't want anyone picking up one more foul for Del City.
Now, Hunt hits the first of the Toonie Buys Houses free throws.
But it doesn't look like we're going to – you don't see McCarroll on the screen right now, but it looks like she's staying in.
Now, that last foul was called on Smedley of Guthrie, and that was her third personal foul.
So that's a bad foul. That's just, they got to adjust. And part of the problem for Del City, you missed the free throw, but you're in the penalty. You don't need to be doing that on going for the offensive glass, and that's going to be 3 on Bryson.
Now Bryson picks up her third. It's the 5th team foul on Del City, which puts Deitman at the line shooting 2 free throws for Guthrie. It's a 2-point lead for Del City, 21-19. Deitman shooting the Toonie Buys Houses free throws.
And one difference in this game is Guthrie has been better from the free throw line so far than Del City has.
Del City is 3 for 6 from the free throw line, shooting 50%. Guthrie is definitely above 50%. Dykeman hits both of them, and we're tied up 21 all. 3 ties and 8 lead changes in the first half with 18 seconds left. Eight of 10, 80% from the free throw line for Guthrie in the first half. Bryson throws the ball into the hands of Morgan, chases it down, 3 seconds. McCarroll, Hunt for 3. Back iron, no good, and after 1 half of play, it is all even, 21-21 your score between the Del City Lady Eagles and the Guthrie Lady Jays in this first round Class 5A regional basketball game. And folks, we're going to take a break here at halftime. Stay with us for the second half. 21 all here in Carl Albert, Del City and Guthrie here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Car mechanic shop.
Let's say we go to Scissor Tip.
Ready to go get some coffee?
Yeah, let's go.
You got it.
I think she was from
One,
Rose State.
2, 3.
Woo-hoo!
Congratulations, Rose State college graduates.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. This is Tracy Mussett and Jordan Ray at Carl Albert High School for the Class 5A Girls Regional Playoff Basketball. It is all tied up at halftime here between the Del City Lady Eagles and the Guthrie Lady Jays. We had 8 lead changes and 3 ties in the first half. It's 21-21 as we get ready for this third period. The third period brought to you by Rose State College. Saving money on college is easy at Rose State. Concurrent enrollment allows students to earn up to 27 tuition-free hours of college credit while still in high school. Yes, they can earn college credit while they're still in high school. Apply today at rose.edu/concurrent. Leading scorers for Del City in the first half, actually 3 players with 6 points each. Ariana Bryson, Courtney McCarroll, and Sasha Hunt, all with 6 points. Raina Lewis with 3. McCarroll takes the ball, drives right to the hole.
She fell hard, too.
She goes down hard. Did she run into the backstop or just slip awkwardly?
I don't think she slipped. I think it was just the nature of the foul. She tripped over a Guthrie player.
Peyton Reed called for the foul. That's the first foul of the second half of play. That's Peyton Reed's second personal foul. And McCarroll looks like she's moving off the pane. All right, now into the right corner. Inbound play coming from Hunt. Again, 21-21 here, and this is not the only game between these two districts tied up at halftime. Noble and Elgin tied at 26 all at halftime.
We don't see Sasha Hunt have that happen to her very much, but a good play by Nia Morgan, knocking the ball away from Del City's most sure ball handler.
A leading scorer in the game, Mariah Deitman with 10 for Guthrie, followed by 7 for Anaya Morgan, 3 for Kinley Smedley, and 1 for Kinley Dunning. Smedley with 3 fouls for Guthrie.
Nice set play for Guthrie. They ran an elevator screen for Smedley.
And Smedley gets the 3. She has 6 points, and it's a 3-point lead for Guthrie. That's the 9th lead change of the ball game now, as the last lead was held by Carl Albert. Excuse me, Del City, I apologize. Hunt for 3, right wing shot no good. A rebound to Deitman. 7 minutes to play here in the third period. Deitman backing down Bryson, gives it to Smedley, another 3. That one off the front of the rim, no good. Thornton pulls down the rebound, gives it to Hunt. Hunt's pushing it up the court. Hunt going right to the hole, off the glass, good for 2.
Knows how to use that backboard, even going straight on. And I should also commend Shelby Thornton for, even though she has missed some bunnies, she has been tremendous on the defensive glass.
Doolittle in the front court. Morgan driving against Bryson, and now Deitman going to the low block. Shots up. Thornton with the rebound. That one in and out. Deitman has had a good-looking jumper at times. But that one, she just looked really off balance. Her feet flayed out as she went up for the shot. 6 minutes to play at 1 point game. Guthrie leading Del City 24-23. Bryson for three. It's a little long on back iron. Morgan comes up with a rebound. Now Deitman, defended by Carroll. Carroll playing with those extra fouls right now. Only 2 at this point. Not as bad as it was early in the game. Another shot missed. That one by Morgan, rebound by Del City. Hunt attacking the basket right now. That one in and out. McCarroll with the rebound. She goes up for the shot and draws the foul from McCarroll. That'll be Doolittle. Doolittle's third personal foul.
Interesting for Del City. They're starting out with Ariana Bryson, who's got 3 fouls, had a bad third foul at the end of the half. She's in right now. So will Raina Lewis make her normal appearance, even though she's got 3 fouls? And, of course, free throws a problem. Guthrie's making theirs. Del City not making theirs.
Guthrie was 8 for 10 in the first half, 80%. Del City was 3 for 6, only 50% in the first half. McCarroll misses both of the Toonies Buys Houses free throws. Off to a bad start from the line here in the second half of play. Deitman defended by Bryson. Morgan crossover. Backs up. Hunt staying with her. Hunt bodies up a little hard. Morgan wasn't even coming at her at that point. Morgan was moving away, and Hunt picked up her second personal foul.
So now McCarroll's out, and Lewis has not come back. It's not Lewis replacing her, so Hunt's really the only scoring wing or scoring guard that Del City has in right now.
Morgan defended by Hunt, passes off to Smedley. Smedley's defended by Smithers, who's now in the game. Deitman in the corner. Bryson on D. Deitman in the paint, kicks it out to Smedley. Reed defended by Purfoy. Gets in a little trouble, and we've got a timeout called by Guthrie coach Brett Clark.
Second time she's called a 30 because they're about to call a 5-second violation on her team, so she wants to save those possessions with her timeouts, and she has there.
You know, Coach Ritchie and you both talked that they expected this to be a neck-and-neck close game, and it has been that for sure. It's a 1 point game right now, early in the third period.
Yeah, and one reason why Del City can be very hot and cold, and what hurts them is, again, free throw shooting, and in this case, fouls. Now, fouls got better in the second quarter, but there were still some bad fouls in the penalty situation. Right now they got only 1 in the third, and it's not just about the individual player. They need to try to keep it low this quarter and not send Guthrie to the free throw line, where, as you've mentioned, they're shooting 80%.
Guthrie with the ball coming out of the timeout. 4 minutes and 50 seconds left to play in the third period. Again, the third period brought to you by Rose State College. 24-23 lead, Guthrie over Del City. Bryson on D. Now Deitman with the ball. Guthrie just playing a little handoff out top. Screen set. Deitman threw a little hip in there off the screen. Lucky she didn't have a lot of contact. She might have gotten called for it. Morgan driving in, pulls up, and the foul called quickly.
Should be on Bryson, I think. I don't see how they could call on Thornton, and that's going to be 4 on her, who's done a good job on Deitman. And they're just calling it tight when it comes to where Del City defenders have their hands.
Yeah, I didn't see a lot of contact on that one, but couldn't see the hands well from here.
That's all it was hands.
So Morgan at the line, shooting the Toonie Buys Houses free throws, hits the first one. If Toonie Buys Houses in any condition, if you know someone who needs to sell a home for any reason, call them today for cash offer, 405-931-3046. Morgan hits both of the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. Make it 10 for 12 from the line for Guthrie, and they have a 3-point lead now. Purfoy looking inside, kicks the ball back out to McCarroll, who's back in the ball game. Thornton at the free throw line. Smithers for 3 from the corner. Off the iron, no good. Doolittle with the rebound. Here comes Morgan. Morgan's going to take her time now, walking the ball up the court. Halfway point of the third period. 3-point lead for Guthrie. Morgan all the way into the paint, around Thornton. Thornton may have gotten a block from behind on that one. The ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Guthrie.
I don't know if Thornton has one foul. So she's done her job on defense because she doesn't try to put her hands on players.
Nice inbound play. Deitman goes up, gets the bucket. She has 12 points, and it's a 5-point lead for Guthrie. That's their biggest lead.
The second time Guthrie's run a good inbounds play to get an easy look away from Thornton's side, too.
Smithers drives to the hole, and it draws the foul as she goes up for the shot. That foul going on Doolittle, her 4th personal foul.
Now down 5. Will Dell City be willing to go to Raina Lewis with 3 fouls?
Now Doolittle about to come out, it looks like, as Coach Clark has McKenna Tucker set to come into the ball game. And this will be the first time we've seen Tucker in this ball game. Smithers misses the first free throw.
Let's see what type of player Tucker's. She's down low along the line. She gives up some size, though.
Smithers misses both of the Toonie Bicehouse's free throws. And the free throw woes continue for Dell City here in the third period. Morgan all the way to the hole, misses a shot. Ball saved by Purifoy, but it's Tucker coming up with it for Guthrie. 5-point lead for Guthrie, and Deitman driving against Smithers draws the foul. It looked like Deitman was out of control on that play.
I don't like that call. I'm not. I said the refs are calling it tight. I'm not criticizing for that, but on that one, Deitman had her hands up.
Deitman had her hands up and
nothing with her body that suggests a foul should have been called.
Yeah. Or Smithers had her hands up, and Deitman got turned around backwards, running backwards with the ball. Morgan in the paint gets turned out to Deitman. Deitman maybe should have had a foul called there, but no foul called. Rebound, McCarroll. McCarroll gets into 3 defenders, and now it's Lewis for 3 from the corner. It's a little long. Purifoy chasing down the rebound, gets on the baseline, and it is Guthrie basketball.
Purifoy may have had a layup there, but she didn't realize there's no one around her at the paint. It was actually a good pass. You like Lewis's shooting there, but Dell City's in a cold slump right now.
Dunning to Deitman. Deitman at the top of the key, gives it back to Morgan. Morgan sets up the offense. No, she has a wide open 3, and she drains it. The Bobby Lewis Insurance 3 by Ania Morgan. She has 12 points in the ball game, and it's an 8-point lead for Guthrie now. We've got a timeout, and it is another 30-second timeout. Bobby Lewis Insurance, surprisingly great rates. 2 locations serve you, Choctaw and Dell City. You reach them in Dell City at 405-670-3665.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Morgan, Dell City's been good to make sure the defender's been honored throughout the game, and they just had a busted assignment. They're making all the mistakes right now.
And early in the game, it was a very attacking offense by Guthrie, leading to a lot of fouls on Dell City. Well, as a coach, that's a difficult position to be in because you don't want to have your players back off, but at the same time, Guthrie was hitting their free throw shots, and you had players getting in foul trouble. It's not been so much the fouls here in the third period as much as it's been just some other mistakes, and then Morgan's just left wide open at the top of the key. And that was a deep 3. She was about 6 feet behind the arc.
That's true. She's the player, though, that you have to count for right away.
Purifoy in the right wing. Skip pass. Hunt directing traffic. Hunt and Lewis playing catch out top. Smithers inside to Thornton. Thornton trying to back down Smedley. Smedley just picked up her 4th personal foul. Smedley and Doolittle both with 4 now for Guthrie. And that's 4 team fouls on Guthrie. Dunning checks in as Smedley takes a seat.
Yeah, they got a much smaller player on Thornton right now. Does Guthrie.
Lewis takes the inbound pass. Purifoy to Thornton. Thornton at the low block. Shot blocked from behind. Thornton chases it down, gets the ball back. Jump ball is the call, I believe. Or is it a foul?
We're going to talk about it. Possession will go to Del City, but of course Guthrie gets the next one.
Foul called on Tucker. And that's 2 shots for Thornton. Let's see what Thornton can do from the free throw line. Del City's 0 for 4 from the line here in the third period. Thornton corrects that as she drains the first of the Toonie Bicehouse's free throws. Cuts the lead to 7, 31-24. Hits the second of the Toonie Bicehouse's free throws as well. She has 8 points in the ball game. The lead is down to 6. Full court pressure by Del City. This worked for them a little bit early in the game. Morgan now in the backcourt with the ball. Trapped, set. Purifoy steps in front of it.
Nice pass, too.
Hunt misses the layup. Morgan gets the rebound, and a foul's called on Del City.
What a horrible sequence. You had the best shot you could hope for with Hunt, and she just blew it. And that's just what can happen to Del City sometimes. They just will miss point-blank shots or free throws, and they can't add points to the board. They just start to get in this shell where everything on offense becomes really hard for them.
Purifoy picks up her third personal foul. Reed picks up her dribble in the backcourt. Time is still ticking. Now it's Dunning in the front court with the ball. Purifoy steps in front of it. Ball goes out of bounds after coming off the hands of Dunning. It is Del City basketball.
Well, Purifoy has made 2 tremendous plays on defense. You know, players like her and Bryson, they're in because of defense. They need to try to find ways to help them more on offense, which Purifoy did with a good pass to Hunt that Hunt unfortunately missed.
Hunt puts that one in.
That was a tougher shot, but that's within Sasha Hunt's ability, though.
Now it's back to a 4-point game, 31-27. Reed picks up her dribble in the backcourt again. Morgan double-teamed in the backcourt, in danger. Now finds Dunning in the front court once again, and then Dunning turns it over. This is the second time Dunning has turned it over. We're going to have a jump ball in the backcourt, in the Guthrie front court.
Yeah, I mean, Reed for Guthrie, she can't pick up her dribble like that until there's more pressure against her, but she puts herself at a big disadvantage. And, you know, I was thinking, like, does Del City want to keep pressing because it led to fouls earlier this game.
It's led to 3 turnovers here.
Yeah, but here it's been tremendous for them.
4-point game. Del City gets the ball back after a third turnover. I don't know if that actually gets scored as a turnover, but as it was called a jump ball, but essentially works out the same. Lewis finds Smithers, the right wing. Hunt, top of the key, looking inside. Thornton down low, battling against Tucker. Purifoy skip pass. Now Smithers for 3 from the corner. Boom! It's a Bobby Lewis Insurance 3, and it's a 1-point ball game, 31-30.
So I was saying they need help, Del City, on offense from players other than McCarroll and Hunt.
Smedley back in the game with her 4 fouls, and that's probably in an effort to try to get the ball just down the court, which they do. Morgan, defended by Hunt, goes left. Pulls up 10 feet out, shot no good. Thornton with the rebound, throws it down the court, almost throws it away. Smithers comes up with it, finds Purifoy. Purifoy misses a layup. Uncomfortable going from the left side. 6 seconds on the clock. Morgan out to Smedley. Smedley for 3. Boom! It's a Bobby Lewis Insurance 3. And the lead is back to 4 at the end of 3 periods of play. The Guthrie Lady Jays leading the Del City Lady Eagles 34-30 at the end of the Rose State College third period. Folks, this is an exciting game. It could go either way. Make sure you stay with us for the final frame right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
call Rob and Will.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray, Carl Albert High School Class 5A Girls Regional Tournament. It's the Guthrie Lady Jays leading the Del City Lady Eagles 34-30 here in this fourth period of play. Fourth period brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings in Del City, 5500 Tinker Diagonal in Del City. Thornton down low. We've got a whistle called, and the clock never started. So we're going to have an adjustment just as Thornton caught the ball on the low post.
And I could have sworn, Tracy, at the end of the third quarter, Del City got the last jump ball, so the fourth quarter possession should have started with Guthrie. But I may have missed something. And now, and then the clock, that's
I think you're right on the possession arrow.
That's not, the clock's not going to change much. I don't know if they're going to try to take some time off, maybe set to about 7:50. Let's see if I'm right.
Did we miss a jump ball?
I guessed it. 7:50. But was there a jump ball? I don't remember there being
I
one.
thought the last jump ball was the one over here on the press break, but
that Del City got, and we're debating if it's a turnover or not.
Yeah.
And then they get the first possession of the fourth quarter, so they don't have a lot of breaks this game, but that might be one of them.
Purifoy in the left wing, Del City with the ball. Now Hunt for three from the corner, in and out. Thornton battling for the rebound, gets it, goes back up for the shot, puts it in for two, and it's a 2-point ball game.
You know, with Doolittle out, there's really not anyone with any size to go against Thornton for Guthrie.
Morgan just runs around three defenders, and then the Del City defenders laid off as Morgan went right around them, and Thornton battling for rebounds again. Morgan in there battling with her. Purifoy bringing the ball up the court. It's a 2-point lead. Del City can tie it up or take the lead on this possession.
I can't begin to tell you how good that is from Thornton's part to get that stop.
Thornton in the paint, shot up, bounces around, falls out, and it was Purifoy getting the offensive board and missing the putback. Purifoy got hit in the mouth, but I think she also reached over. Oh, no, she was just holding her mouth out of surprise. I think Purifoy got called for the foul, right?
Yeah, and she's got 4. And she's playing well on defense. Offensively, on that one, that was not an easy shot, and she shouldn't have even shot it. She should have tried to get to a guard. She wasn't in a position to go reverse it there.
Full court pressure again by Del City. Under 7 minutes to play in the ball game. It's a 2-point lead by Guthrie, 34-32. Smedley on the right wing gives it back to Reed. Lewis comes out to defend. Dykeman defended by Smithers. Smithers getting a little body. Dykeman backing her down into the paint. Reed in the corner. Morgan defended by Hunt. Morgan drives in, kicks it out to Reed. Looks like Guthrie's content to maybe take a little time here. Only a 2-point lead. Reed on the right wing. Now Morgan in the paint, down low to Doolittle. Doolittle kicks it out. Dykeman for three. Bobby Lewis ensures three by Dykeman.
The three-point shooting for Guthrie has been very efficient, too. The shooting has been theirs this game.
Back to a 5-point lead, 37-32. We had 9 lead changes to get to this point. Lewis for three. Boom! It's another Bobby Lewis insurance three.
And Del City's made a few of their own. I don't think they shot as well or made as many, but that hasn't been their problem is three-point shooting. They need to defend three-point shooting a little better here.
Well, that was a good answer by Lewis, cutting the lead back to 2. Reed has the ball in the front court, gives it to Morgan. Morgan will set up the offense for Guthrie. Dykeman defended by Purifoy. Screen set by Doolittle. Dykeman cuts across the paint. Now Reed picks up her dribble once again. Dykeman driving the baseline. Thornton defending. Reed for three from the right wing. It's long. Rebound Smithers. Doolittle chasing Smithers from behind. Smithers dribbles out. Thornton in the paint. Kicks it out. Purifoy for three. Long. Hunt, the small girl, gets the rebound, gives it to Thornton. Thornton ties it up, 37-37. Nice dish, you're right, from Thornton, from Hunt to Thornton. 37 all, fourth period of play. We'll take a break here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray, back at Carl Albert High School. It's Class 5A Girls Regional Tournament. Basketball playoff action here. 37-all, the Guthrie Lady Jays and the Del City Lady Eagles. 4:45 to play in the ball game. 37-all the score. Full court pressure coming by Del City.
And a second count.
Not even real heavy pressure, but just being there, and a turnover on the 10-second call.
The way that it's like Del City's defense kind of lulled them there in a sense. And Guthrie, I mean, they made all they would do is make the comfortable passes. They didn't want to push the ball across the timeline with any urgency, and it caught up to them there.
And even fooled the coach at that point. Purfoy with the ball out top, looking inside. Thornton backing down Doolittle in the paint. Lewis gives it back to Hunt. Hunt inside to Thornton. The defense collapsed on Thornton. That gives Bryson a lane. Bryson's shot's no good, and Doolittle gets the rebound.
Bryson's got 4. You gotta be careful.
Trap, Purfoy and Bryson, on Deitman. And the foul on Bryson, I believe. And that
she's only a freshman, and she'll learn. It's hard. Each game is different refs calling it different ways. You just have to adjust. But when you have 4 fouls like that, you have to back up a bit.
Yeah, she was giving her a lot of body pressure all the way down the court. Inbound play goes to Deitman. Deitman misses the shot, a little out of control. Hunt's pushing the ball up the court the other way, and then it's Morgan reaching in for the foul, and I believe that's only her second, I believe.
You know, Guthrie has consistently found a player on the offside on those inbounds plays, because you're going to see Thornton play ball side on the paint. Del City's got to be aware of that. They dodged a bullet there.
Hunt inbounds the ball to Lewis. Out top, now Smithers. Thornton down low. Hunt in the paint. Floater off the front of the rim. Hunt gets her own rebound. Kicks it out to Lewis for 3. It's long. It's Thornton with the rebound. Misses the putback. Thornton has missed several of those under the basket. She's going to have to convert on those if Del City's going to win this ball game. 37-all the score. Reed in the front court. Picks up her dribble. Deitman has a 3-on-1 down there. And a 3 by Smedley's no good. Doolittle with the rebound. 3.5 minutes to play in the ball game. 37-all. Morgan driving in, and tough foul call on Purfoy.
Yep, fouled her with the right hand. Just got to.
That's the 5th on Purfoy.
Expect McCarroll to come back. I'm surprised we haven't seen more. McCarroll was so good in the first half.
Well, I was wondering if maybe her ankle or knee wasn't bothering her a little bit, but she seems to be moving okay. 3 team fouls on Del City. 2 players fouled out in the last minute for Del City. Morgan takes the inbound pass. Smedley out top, McCarroll on D. McCarroll playing with only 2 fouls.
Yeah, she got him early, so she can be aggressive.
Morgan, Deitman from the low block, from the block. Shot no good. Thornton with the rebound.
And Guthrie's really cooled off.
Hunt to McCarroll. McCarroll thought about the 3, looking inside, back to Hunt. 2:49 to play, 37-all. 4 ties and 9 lead changes in the ball game. Make it 10 lead changes in the ball game. Thornton posted up. Del City might be missing something there with Thornton down low, although she's not been able to convert consistently on those shots.
They should take their time. Unless Thornton's got a more of an open shot, I wouldn't force it into her.
Hunt for 3, front of their iron. Thornton goes up, gets the rebound, puts it back in for 2, and it's a 2-point lead for Del City.
Brett Clark signals for another 30, but she's already used 2, so this should be a full.
And that's what the official is telling her, so full timeout. And we'll take a break with Del City on top 39-37 here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Do you want to start?
I want to start a car mechanic shop.
Let's say we go to scissor tape.
Ready to go get some coffee?
Yeah, let's go.
You got it.
I think she was from
1,
Rose State.
2, 3.
Congratulations, Rose State college graduates.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray back at Carl Albert High School for Class 5A girls. Oklahoma High School basketball playoff action. It is 39-37 with 2 minutes and 11 seconds left to play. The Del City Lady Eagles are leading the Guthrie Lady Jays. Full court pressure by Del City. Guthrie gets the ball into the front court. Now Anaya Morgan with the ball. Under 2 minutes to play. Dykeman on the left wing looking inside. Doolittle sets a screen. Dykeman in the paint, kicks it out to Smedley. Morgan drives in, goes the hole. Thornton gets the block. It goes out of bounds off Thornton's hand.
You know, we have criticized Thornton for missing some shots around the paint. She's made her share as well. She's got to be close to the team's leading scorer. And then on the defensive end, she's been, as usual, outstanding. Rebounding and block shots.
Yeah, 14 points for Thornton now, leading scorer for Del City.
Hunt thought about that, going for that steal.
Hunt on D as Morgan has the ball. Dykeman cutting up, trying to help. Smithers on D, covering up Dykeman. Dykeman driving. Pulls up, gives to Morgan from the left elbow. Shot no good. Thornton pulls down another rebound.
Now should be a nothing but layup.
Lewis
situation.
Driving in, goes to the hole, misses the layup. Thornton tips it out. Guthrie basketball.
And then the shot a layup, but that's, of course, been Del City's issue. They missed a lot of them. And it's been everybody just about.
Well, it was a nice move by Lewis, and it was a good shot, just not executed well. Reed passes off to Dykeman. Dykeman goes to the hole. Thornton called for the foul. That's only her second, fourth team foul.
That's the first time that Thornton's.
Or first foul, excuse me.
So then the first time, that Thornton has swung down, and that's how she's avoided fouls. She should have maintained that discipline that she's developed over the last 2 or 3 years and keep her arms straight up. Of course, Guthrie's been so good from the free throw line here.
Well, she also got that nice block on that last defensive play and maybe feeling it a little bit then. Toonie Bicehouse's free throws coming here for Mariah Dykeman. And she hits the first one. It's a 1-point game. Toonie Buys Houses, any condition. If you know someone needs to sell a home for any reason, call Toonie Buys Houses today for a cash offer, 405-931-3046. We're tied up 39 all as Dykeman hits both free throws. Hunt passes off to Lewis. Lewis looking inside. Thornton comes across the paint. And now Smithers gives back to McCarroll. McCarroll defended by Dykeman. Lewis around Reed in the paint, kicks it out to McCarroll. Not a clean pass to McCarroll, so instead of taking the forced shot, now Thornton down low, dribbles it on the baseline, just couldn't handle the pass. It was pretty low.
That was not a good pass.
39-39, the score with 34 seconds left to play in the ballgame. This fourth period brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings in Del City. Go to Buffalo Wild Wings. We got a timeout. Is this one going to be a full?
30.
This one is a 30. All right.
So two defenders you'd like to have out there for Del City would be Bryson and Purifoy, and they're both fouled out. And the foul situation, once again, the Eagles have a bit of a problem with 4. Now, Guthrie with only 1. We'll see if they use that to their advantage at some point. you don't want to let Guthrie hold for a last shot, but you can't foul them either, so you have to be very careful with how you pressure them.
Well, and if you're Del City, I would think you would be trying to attack Doolittle or Smedley, both of them with 4 fouls each.
And maybe that's what they were trying, but that last turnover by Lewis, I mean, you don't need to force it in that situation. You can dribble it back out, call a timeout, but that's not a good – that type of bounce pass to Thornton's not a really good idea. Now, of course, Guthrie with the ball, so they're the ones who are going to attack right now.
Morgan takes the inbound pass, full court pressure by Del City. Backing off at Meter. Little push off. Offensive. Is the ball go out of bounds?
Out of bounds.
Okay.
Which means Guthrie still has 1 foul. Now this is they're making a defense for offense sub. And we have a full timeout by Del City. Let's go and keep it here.
30.
Obviously, you want to run the clock because the game's tied. And you have probably your 4 best offensive players out there. I mean, Smithers are the 5 best. Smithers might be the 5th best. It's hard to tell who, but definitely their 4 best are Thornton inside, Lewis, Hunt, and McCarroll. And of those 4, the player you want in the situation is Hunt. But again, the foul situation, Guthrie can foul 3 times. So they can be aggressive, and Del City's got to be aware of that. Will Guthrie reach in if you get under 10 seconds? Hey, if they foul, it's not a big deal. Depending on who commits it. I know they took their player with foul trouble out of the game, that being Smedley. Just going down the roster looking for a name. So I don't know if anyone else who's got to really worry about committing a foul for Guthrie.
Yeah, and the other issues, they even get to the 5 foul mark. Del City has not shot from the line well.
Yep.
So Doolittle in the game with 4 fouls. And Reed in the game, she only has 2. So no other players on the floor right now with more than 2 fouls other than Doolittle for Guthrie. Now Lewis has 3 fouls for Del City. Hunt will inbound the ball. Gives it to Lewis. Lewis walks it up the court, crosses the timeline. Reed comes out to Meter. 17 seconds on the clock. Now Hunt out top, attacking, and a quick foul called on Morgan. That'll be her 3rd personal.
Yeah, she looked like she didn't want that foul, but again, it's a good foul. Other than if it goes to overtime, a 3rd foul can quickly turn to a 4th, and then who knows.
So Hunt will inbound again, this from the sideline. Lewis takes the inbound pass. 10 seconds to play in the ball game. 39-39 the score. Hunt out top. Morgan goes around the screen, runs into Hunt. Hunt tries to put up a shot. It's ugly, and we're going to overtime. In playoff basketball, it's bonus ball. 39-39 the score. The Del City Lady Eagles tied with the Guthrie Lady Jays. We're going to take a break here. Go hear from our sponsors on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray back at Carl Albert High School, where the Del City Lady Eagles and the Guthrie Lady Jays are knotted up at 39-all, going to overtime in this Class 5A Girls Regional Tournament playoff game. And we're going to have
supposed to have a jump ball, but the players aren't really lined up for it, except for
the 2 to jump.
Deitman and Thornton, and then Hunt behind her. And
Looks like
obviously it's a defensive tip for Guthrie. You can see why.
Thornton jumps, tips the ball. Guthrie didn't even attempt anything on the jump ball. So
Guthrie back to his zone.
Dell City with the ball. Smithers looking inside. Thornton posted up low. Now comes up to the high post, takes the pass. Smithers in the corner. Drives in, high off the glass. McCarroll with the rebound, the putback, and we've got a 2-point lead for Dell City.
We haven't heard much from her, but she can finish on that left side.
Hasn't scored since the second period, early in the second period at that. Morgan with the ball in the front court now, 41-39 the score, Dell City leading Guthrie. I'm impressed with Deitman and Morgan as basketball players.
They're very experienced. They played for a state tournament berth against Midwest City 2 years ago, beating Dell City in the process. Also, they played Carl Albert for a regional championship, so we had them on the Oklahoma Sports Network 3 straight games. I didn't call the first one. But those two were two of their rotation players, and they showed a lot of ability.
Guthrie burning some time off the clock here, not getting real aggressive, but now it's Deitman trying to get into the paint, gives it to Reed in the corner. Reed comes across the paint, down low to Doolittle and throws it out of bounds. Turnover for Guthrie.
So 2:41 to go. You still want a nothing but layup policy for Dell City. Just got to make them. With the last time they had the ball up 2, Lewis missed a fairly tough layup. You want them to be easy, or you just keep dribbling the ball around. They have the guards in right now, just Dell City, to take a lot of time off the clock if Guthrie lets them.
Now Smedley back in the game with her 4 fouls. McCarroll goes to the hole, and they count the bucket.
Wow.
That was almost NBA-type continuation there.
That is NBA continuation. That's a McCarroll shot, though. I've compared her to James Harden with that ability. And what a play for Dell City. This is, I think, their biggest lead of the game.
Yeah, up by 4 with McCarroll shooting a Tootie Buys Houses free throw. Whistle blew there. What was the –
There's a sub after the free throw goes in. I guess I don't know if that sub should have been made earlier, I guess, but maybe it just came to the scores table late, that being Reed.
Yeah, and the whistle blew while McCarroll still had the balls in her hand. McCarroll hits the free throw, and it's a 5-point lead for Dell City. All 5 points in overtime coming from Courtney McCarroll. Morgan to Smedley in the corner.
Good closeout there by Thornton. Smedley, someone you have to close out.
She's a shooter. Smedley holding the ball with Lewis on D. 2 minutes to play in overtime now. Deitman giving a little elbow to Lewis. Drives into Thornton, and I believe Thornton will be called for the foul. It could go on Hunt. And it goes on. Goes on Thornton. That's her second personal. That is the 5th team foul, so bonus from this point on for Guthrie. Deitman shooting the Toonie Buys Houses free throws.
I think Thornton needs to come to Deitman a little sooner to avoid giving Deitman allowing her a chance to gain momentum and just drive into her. That's kind of a tough foul called, but I can see why, given where the contact was.
So Deitman hits both of the Toonie Buys Houses free throws, and it's back to a 3-point game, 44-41, Dell City on top.
Now you should stall. Guthrie will make it hard, but Guthrie's not a pressure team.
Morgan defending Hunt, and quick call on Morgan. That'll be her 4th personal.
That's kind of one reason why she didn't want that foul at the end of regulation, perhaps. She can't commit another one. She's too important to the team.
And that is the 4th team foul as well. So Dell City in the bonus on the next Guthrie foul. Carroll drives the baseline, kicks it across, ball tipped. Hunt bounces back out with the ball. 1.5 minutes to play. 44-41, Dell City leading. Tough position for Guthrie to be in right now.
Just got to avoid a 5 count for Dell City. And that's a good job by Hunt doing that there. Now they're sending a trapper.
Here comes the trap. Hunt skip past to McCarroll, who's inching in on the baseline, puts up the shot. Thornton gets the rebound, is fouled on the putback. And the foul's called on Deitman, her 3rd personal. Thornton gets the Toonie Buys Houses free throws.
And this may not be the last time we see important free throws for Dell City. We talked about it, and they were not shooting them well in regulation.
Of course, Thornton has not missed a free throw.
Nothing but net. Yeah, and you know what? I mean, we criticize her for some misses, but she's had a lot of big makes and has been a big force on defense. And the key for Dell City is the same as it was at the beginning. Don't foul if you can avoid it.
15 points for Thornton. Make it 16 as she hits both of the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. And we've got a timeout called by Coach Brett Clark.
I guess they give her another 30. And I think both teams get a timeout for overtime. Nope, it's going to be a full.
All right, with 1:07 left to play in overtime, 46-41 lead by Dell City. We'll take a quick timeout here at the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray back at Carl Albert High School, where the Dell City Lady Eagles have taken a 5-point lead in overtime over the Guthrie Lady Jays. 46-41 the score with 1:07 left to play in the ballgame. Two players have fouled out for Dell City, Malia Purifoy and Ariana Bryson. For Guthrie, you have two players with 4 fouls each, and three players with Ania Morgan, Kinley Smedley, and Denise Doolittle, all with 4 fouls. Full court pressure by Dell City. Deitman gives the ball to Smedley in the front court. Not a lot of time to spare. It is a 2-possession game here. Smedley for 3, left wing, boom, she hits it. That is her 4th 3 of the ball game. Bobby Lewis Insurance 3 by Kinley Smedley.
How do you leave her open?
She wasn't that open. I mean,
well, there was a busted coverage there, though.
It's a 2-point ball game now. 46-44 is the score. Dell City on top. 50 seconds left to play in the ball game.
So Dell City has 2 timeouts left. Guthrie 1. If they should use a timeout if they need to save a possession if there's about to be a turnover of 5 seconds. Otherwise, again, you want to keep the ball in the hands of your guards. And also, can Guthrie press? You know, they're not really a pressure team. Will they be able to do that? Of course, we talked about this before in the Carl Albert game. You know, if this was a boys' game, it'd be tough to play this overtime game and then turn around and play the very next day, although it would be about a 24-hour rest. But whoever wins this game and whoever loses will turn around and play in 2.5 days, basically.
Right.
So I don't know how draining this overtime will be.
So what happens here with the strategy difference now that you have 2 free throws versus 1 and 1? What is the coach thinking? How do you manage fouls to stop the play at the end of a game now?
Perhaps if it's a 1 and 1, you might think about fouling a particular player on purpose for Dell City. And with two free throws, maybe not.
Is that strategy mostly just not a part of the game anymore?
No, I don't think it is.
Under 50 seconds, Dell City with the ball. Long pass from Hunt to Lewis. Lewis in the front court now. Gives it back to McCarroll, and McCarroll back to Hunt.
We got Morgan. They want to foul her.
Right under the basket. Smithers goes up and scores.
And a finish with her left hand. That's big.
She has 5 points in the ball game. And we're going to have a blocking foul on Smithers on this end. That's going to put Ania Morgan at the line shooting 2 free throws. Smithers' 3rd personal. 48-44, a 4-point lead by Del City with 23 seconds left to play. Nia Morgan at the line shooting the Toonie Buys houses free throws, and she misses one.
They could say Guthrie was due. Now, but Guthrie will have Smedley along the lane. So we'll see if – I don't think she's going to miss on purpose, but still defensive rebounding important here for Del City.
Morgan hits that free throw. She is 6 for 8 from the line. McCarroll in the front court. Dykeman on D, and a timeout called by Del City. 3-point lead, 48-45 with 15 seconds left to play.
So whatever happens here, by the way, whoever wins this game plays Carl Albert. Will have that game on the Oklahoma Sports Network. And that, I mean, and this is what Coach Ritchie said. Even though I said this game could be close, I wasn't as sure as he was it would be. I was like, yeah, we'll see. I mean, Guthrie has, had their struggles, but they played an inspired game. They shot the ball well from the free throw line. They shot the ball well from threes. They've taken advantage of Del City's mistakes. And Del City, they've shown at times that they can do a lot of different things against Guthrie. But again, some of the free throws and some of the points in the paint or the shots in the paint have been an issue for them. So it has been a close game, just like Coach Ritchie said. And, I don't think the fact that it goes into overtime really will help Carl Albert much. In fact, it might help whoever prevails in this game. And Del City still has work to do. If there's any type of turnover, they don't make free throws. They got to find Smedley.
Smithers makes the inbound pass to.
And a turnover on Del City.
12 seconds left, a 3-point lead, and Del City turns the ball over. It's Guthrie ball in the front court.
So McCarroll will guard Smedley. Shouldn't leave her.
Yeah, Smedley has been deadly from 3-point range.
It's a good rhyme. Deadly Smedley there.
12 seconds left to play in overtime. Could we be looking at a second overtime? It's not out of the realm of possibilities here.
Yeah, you also have to be careful about Morgan shooting threes. So,
and of course, there's the old-fashioned, as we like to call it, 3-point play. And we've got a couple of players for Guthrie that attack the basket well if they can connect on a layup and draw a foul.
Well, I would say this. If Guthrie goes that route where they go inside, they have no timeouts. So Del City should let the ball roll on the baseline for as long as they can, which is 10 seconds. So Guthrie, by that reasoning, if Del City's aware of it, Coach White's aware of it. Of course, she's a Division I basketball player back in her day. Of course, in Division I basketball, they stopped the clock. And I think that was true back when she played off a make. But they don't in high school. And that's the one reason that if Guthrie makes a 2, just don't even throw it in at first. With 12 seconds, I mean, there's no way they could. By the time a shot goes in, Guthrie would not be able to stop the clock at all.
All right,
so they're going to go for a 3, and the two players you want to take away for sure are Morgan and Smedley for Del City.
48-45 the score. Del City leading Guthrie. 12 seconds on the clock. Guthrie with the basketball, and Nia Morgan takes the inbound pass.
Elevator screen.
Hunt on D. Dykeman puts one up. Is it from 3? It is a 3, and it's tied up 48 all. We're going to overtime number 2. 48-48 is the score. Oh, my goodness. It was an ugly shot by Dykeman, but it goes in the basket.
We're going to talk about it. I don't see it changing, but the Del City coaches want it too.
The official on the far side of the court signaled it as a 3. I did not see an official on this side of the court signal it as a 3, but there's no argument from the officials. And we've got 4 minutes on the clock. We're going to a second overtime. We want to take a quick break here, Jordan?
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break before the second overtime starts. 48 all here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray. We're in second overtime here at Carl Albert High School. Del City Lady Eagles versus the Guthrie Lady Jays. 48-all is the score. This second overtime brought to you by Rose State College, where concurrent enrollment allows students to earn up to 27 tuition-free hours of college credit while still in high school. Apply today at rose.edu/concurrent. 48-all is the score. In the final 12 seconds of the ball game, we had a turnover by Del City with a 3-point lead, and then a three-point shot put up from the baseline by Deitman. Another turnover by Del City. Deitman's going the length of the court, pulls up now, and she's right back in the paint. Finds herself with an opportunity for a shot.
3 seconds, I think that's the call. She stayed in the paint.
And this official has called 3 seconds in the lane multiple times in the various games tonight. So a turnover on both ends, 3.5 minutes to play. Hunt to Lewis. Lewis looking inside. McCarroll thought about the three, passes back off to Hunt in the left wing. McCarroll looking inside at Thornton. Now Thornton takes the dish from Lewis. On the other side, Smithers off the glass, foul on Dunning. That'll be Dunning's first personal foul. 48-48 the score, 3 minutes and 3 seconds on the clock, and it is Mackenzie Smithers shooting Toonie Buys Houses free throws. Off the front of the rim with the first. Del City was 3 for 6 in the first half from the line. 5 for 11 here in the second. 5 for 11 in the second half. Wow. Under 50% for the game. 48-48 the score still. Ania Morgan with the ball. Smithers on D. Morgan behind her back. Pulls up. Shot blocked by Thornton, and it's a battle for the ball. Timeout called by Coach Clark of Guthrie. 2:46 on the clock, 48-48 the score.
Let's take a quick break.
We're going to take a break here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
I want to start a car mechanic shop.
Let's say we go to Scissor Tape.
Ready to go get some coffee?
Yeah, let's go.
You got it.
I think she was from
1,
Rose State.
2, 3.
Woo-hoo!
Congratulations, Rose State college graduates.
Where sports is our middle name. We are the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray. Carl Albert High School is the Del City Lady Eagles knotted up 48-all with the Guthrie Lady Jays in second overtime with 2:46 to play in the second overtime. This is Class 5A regional playoff basketball. Deitman takes the inbound pass for Guthrie. Smithers on D. Deitman spinning around, gives Morgan in the paint. Morgan goes up for the shot, no good. Thornton with the rebound. Now, Del City has not taken very good care of the ball the last few possessions. We'll see what happens down the court here. Going back at the end of the first overtime. Thornton under the basket, off the glass, shot's no good, gets her own rebound, fouled on the putback, and I believe Doolittle just fouled out of the game.
That's the post defender for Guthrie. She does the dirty work.
Fifth foul on Doolittle.
And they don't have anyone with as much size to compete against Thornton.
Thornton 4 for 4 from the free throw line in the ball game.
Doolittle played real well for Guthrie. She battles.
Back iron on that one, no good. Tucker in the game for Doolittle. 2:21 to play, second overtime period. I love the clock says sixth period. Thornton misses both free throws. Smedley gets the rebound. Toonie Buys Houses, your free throw sponsor. Dykeman brings the ball up the court. Smithers on D. Dykeman pivots, gives the ball to Reed in the corner. Now Smedley, defended by McCarroll, bounces out near half court before passing off to Morgan. Screen set. Dykeman rolls. Not open. And Lewis coming over to help with a trap. Smithers gets called for the foul. That's Smithers' fourth personal foul. And 2 free throws coming for Ania Morgan. .48 the score. 1:54 to play. Guthrie has been the better free throw shooting team, but Morgan missed her last 2. Morgan's shot is up, in, and out.
Now, I thought she made the second one, but
you are correct.
Still missing that one. She's got to be tired.
Toonie Buys Houses free throws. This shot's up, and it's good. And it's a lead change as Guthrie is up 49-48. McCarroll, Smithers on the left wing. Back to McCarroll. McCarroll thinks about the 3. Plenty of time here, only down by 1. Lob pass. Thornton on the baseline. Lewis kicks it back out to McCarroll. Good ball movement. Hunt for 3. Boom! It's a 3-point Bobby Lewis Insurance 3 by Sasha Hunt. Her first points of overtime, and the lead goes back to Del City, 51-49 with 1:24 left to play.
Let's take another quick break. You are watching Mid-Del playoff basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray back at Carl Albert High School for Class 5A girls playoff basketball. It's the Del City Lady Eagles leading the Guthrie Lady Jays 51-49 with 1:24 left in second overtime period. This is a double overtime game. Guthrie with the ball coming out of the timeout. Full court pressure by Del City. Sasha Hunt defending Ania Morgan in the backcourt. Morgan passes off to Reed. Right back to Morgan. Hunt on D. Morgan gets into the front court, trapped in the corner, and a jump ball. Possession stays with Guthrie, but that gives Del City possession going on the next jump ball. That's valuable as well, right?
Yeah, well, with this much time left, it may not be, but you're right, it could be. That's still a really good trap by Del City. That's where you wanted to trap a player in that dead man's corner.
Reed taking her time, gets the ball into Dykeman. Dykeman going around Smithers, and we're going to have a blocking foul on an and one play as Dykeman drives to the hole. The foul is on Smithers, and that's her 5th personal foul. The third.
I don't know they go to. They might go to. They're going to go to Howard, who hasn't played this game.
Akila Howard checking in. That's the 3rd player for Del City to foul out.
And that's what you'll see in 2 overtimes. Players start to foul out. And we've actually had a couple for Del City before the first overtime. That was tough. I don't see how Smithers fouled her. I'm not saying she didn't, but then McCarroll was well set to take the charge there.
Deitman driving in, gets the bucket, tying it up 51 all, and is at the line shooting a Toonie Bice. Houses free throw in and out, and we're tied up at 51. Hunt gets the rebound. Here come the Del City Lady Eagles. Under a minute to play in double overtime. Hunt backs up. Now Lewis. Right back to Hunt. I'll be looking for Thornton down low. Howard, again, getting her first playing time of the game, takes the pass on the right wing. 40 seconds left to play. Double overtime. Howard waiting for the defense collapse. They really don't collapse on her. She passes it off. 30 seconds left in double overtime.
I would keep running clock and maybe take a timeout with about 10 seconds.
Howard drives in off the glass.
Wow.
Good for 2. Comes into the game late and scores, giving the lead to Del City. 14 seconds on the clock, and Nia Morgan pulls up in the paint, misses the shot. She's hoping for a foul. Ball goes out of bounds off the hands of Guthrie into the backboard structure. 7 seconds left. It's Del City basketball.
How about Akila Howard just taking charge? She is a senior on this team.
Took some confidence on her part. Ball tipped out, and it turns it over with 4 seconds left. Back to Guthrie.
I don't get that call.
It looked like it was tipped away by Guthrie.
I thought Dunning fouled, hit it out. And Guthrie has no timeouts. So someone wants to call a timeout here. It'll be
Del City.
Coach White.
53-51, 4 seconds left in double overtime. Guthrie has the ball trailing by 2 and a timeout called by Del City. Wow. What a series of events that happened in the last 15 seconds.
Just when Del City's looking good there, they have that happen. And how will they defend a zone or man, as we'll see. And you know, it's going to be interesting to see where Guthrie throws it in.
Now, Guthrie has been good on the offside of the court on the inbound plays here.
Yeah, they have. And they also have been making some threes. Man, that – and, you know, I don't want to be biased, but I just don't understand how that was called out on Sasha Hunt. But you know what? The refs had a better view than me.
It's hard to understand, and I'm looking through bars here, can only see part of the play. You're taller than me. You're looking over the bars. I'm looking through them. So.
Yeah. So where is the ball going to be exactly? It's not going to be right under the basket. It's out kind of – it's on that R, Carl Albert. It's closer to the corner.
Smedley will inbound the ball with 4 seconds for Guthrie. Guthrie trailing by 2
who's guarding
in double
her?
overtime.
This is not – they're yelling for someone to pick her up.
And inbound pass goes to Deitman, and she scores as the buzzer sounds. We're going to triple overtime. 53-53 is the score. Wow, just wow. And it was that backside play on the inbound play. Folks, we need to take another quick break right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making
where sports is our middle name. We are the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray back at Carl Albert High School. We're going to triple overtime, Jordan. The Del City Lady Eagles and the Guthrie Lady Jays tied up 53-53. This is regional playoff basketball, Class 5A. Del City with the ball. We have 3 players fouled out for Del City, 1 for Guthrie. We've got 2 other players for Guthrie with 4 fouls already. McCarroll passes off to Lewis. We're 15 seconds into the triple overtime period. It was Akila Howard checking into the game after Smithers fouled out, who scored the go-ahead bucket for Carl Albert, and then a tie by Deitman as time expired in the second overtime.
Del City wants to hold as much as they can. That's a good idea. Guthrie will mostly let them.
McCarroll baseline, kicks the ball back out to Lewis. Hunt just hanging out on the right wing over there, not really moving around a lot. Howard and Lewis playing catch. The score's 53-53. Inside to McCarroll, and McCarroll goes up and 1 for McCarroll. Again, she has that nice step and gets the continuation.
So you pass the ball around until you get the ball to someone who feels good about attacking the basket, doing something they do well, and that's what McCarroll did.
McCarroll hits the Toonie Bicehouse's free throws. And it is a 3-point lead again for Del City, 56-53. Under 3 minutes to play in triple overtime.
That's just not a good foul by Lewis.
Lewis trying to go over the top of the screen, got caught.
It's her 4th, but more importantly, that's how Guthrie stays in this thing, as they get to the free throw line. There's no reason to reach in like that.
Mariah Deitman going to the line, shooting 2 Toonie Bicehouse's free throws. Deitman has been a powerhouse in overtime here, and she hits the first.
She's made some unbelievable shots.
She has 10 points in overtime. 56-54, make it, no, she misses the second of the Toonie Bicehouse's free throws. Again, Toonie Bicehouse's in any condition, call them at 405-931-3046 for a cash offer. Lewis holding the ball, passes off to Hunt. Dunning on D. Howard splits defenders, ball tipped away. It's picked up by McCarroll, and McCarroll fouled by Dunning.
That seems to be the player for Del City you'd want shooting.
McCarroll is 2 for 6 from the free throw line tonight.
2 for 6. I take that back. I thought she had a better percentage than that. But you're the one keeping track of that. So looks good right now. Doesn't look too tired.
Yeah, sorry.
She did miss some free throws earlier this game, but she likes this basket better, I think, shooting. It would appear.
1 for 1. Thornton gets the rebound.
And did the right thing by getting the ball out there.
It's a 3-point lead, again, by Del City with 2:20 to play. Del City, again, holding the ball, looking to burn some clock. Howard on the right wing. Boy, Thornton's in a great position if they wanted to lob one over the top there to go ahead and put a couple extra points on the board.
I wouldn't do that yet, though.
Howard in the right corner. Pass out top to Hunt. Guthrie fans yelling at their D to come out and put some pressure on Del City. Under 2 minutes to play now in the triple overtime period. Lewis and Hunt playing catch. The defense coming out on them. Hunt passes down low to Thornton, and the jump ball is going to Guthrie.
Why did she make that pass? It just seems like when Del City has the lead, they can't do much to extend it because they try to do something they didn't need to.
It's a 3-point lead for Del City, 1:40 to play in triple overtime. Reed passes back to Deitman. Deitman attacking the basket. No, passes off. Smedley for 3. Boom! And we're tied up 57 all. Smedley has 5 threes in the ball game.
Why would you leave her open?
Bobby Lewis Insurance, your 3-point sponsor. Call them in Del City for great rates at 405-670-3665. Wow. 13 lead changes. 7 ties in the ball game. Hunt for 3. Back iron, no good. I believe we're going to have a jump ball here, and it's going to stay with Del City.
So what do you do with this baseline out of bounds play? They really don't look to Thornton much on these. I'm surprised, given her she's got such a size advantage here.
Hunt will inbound the ball on the baseline. Under a minute to play in the triple overtime period. Lewis takes the pass, gives it back to Hunt. Hunt defended by Reed. Thornton comes out high, goes to set the screen. Not really rolling hard after the screen here. 35 seconds to play. Tied up 57 all. Out with the ball defended by Reed again. Under 30 seconds to play. Lewis on the right wing, back to Hunt. Hunt in the paint. Foul called on Reed. Our third personal. 23 seconds to play in triple overtime. 57 all is the score. Sasha Hunt shooting 2 Toonie Buys Houses free throws. Hunt takes several dribbles, takes a step forward, puts the shot up, and it's good. 1 point lead for Del City with another free throw coming. Keela Howard gets set down on the lane. And that was good as well, as Sasha Hunt is now 5 for 6 from the free throw line. She's doing her job from the free throw line tonight with the Toonie Buys Houses free throws.
Both teams with a timeout, and Guthrie will use theirs.
15 seconds left in triple overtime. Del City leads 59-57.
Well, I don't even know what to say. But the main thing is you stay, whoever's guarding Smedley, the deadly Smedley, stay with her. Don't help on anything. And then this is the hard part. This is something Del City struggle with against bigger guards, and they do give up height, even though you wouldn't say that Morgan or Dykeman are tall guards. They are taller than Del City's guards, and they sometimes struggle with those type of players. We've seen that against Loudon MacArthur with their 5'10" or almost 6 feet tall scoring guard Alyssa Mack, and I've seen that against other teams. And now you got to figure out a way how to defend one of those two. It's probably not Morgan. It's been Dykeman in overtime, taking the ball aggressively to the basket and tying the game with 2 spectacular shots, 1 in the paint, 1 of 3 in the right corner. So how are you going to defend her? And I think Thornton needs to come meet her, sooner rather than later. And somehow try to defend her without fouling.
So just a reminder, here we are in triple overtime, 15 seconds left. Del City leading Guthrie 59-57. Playoff basketball here. 3 players have fouled out for Del City. 1 has fouled out for Guthrie. Del City seems to have a little bit deeper bench than Guthrie, but that's all evened out right now.
5 seconds.
And a 5-second call on the inbound play. Wow, a turnover by Guthrie.
So what's happened is, remember, Del City will take their only time out of this overtime. So just a bit of a review here. First overtime, I believe it was, they're up 3, and Sasha Hunt commits an unforced turnover that, it was hard to say because it just all depends on how her footwork goes, but where she kind of crossed the timeline, I guess, went back. And Guthrie got the ball back late in the game, late in that overtime, down 3, and they tied it. And there was about this much time left, about 12 seconds, I think, when that happened.
Right.
And then with about 4 seconds in the second overtime, Del City's up 2. Sasha Hunt has the ball, and I thought, and I believe it was Smedley, I don't remember which player for Guthrie, knocked the ball out, but the ref said no, that was out on Hunt, and then Guthrie comes back and ties it again. So can Del City not do that, not turn the ball over? Guthrie has no timeouts, so whatever that happens with the ball, and that's kind of the problem with that timeout Del City called late in the second overtime. It gave Guthrie a chance to say, hey, this is what we want to do, throwing the ball in, and they got a good shot. So can Del City make sure they take care of the ball and at least get to the free throw line? And, of course, you'd like to make both, but at least get to the free throw line.
Well, and it's Guthrie who just committed the late turnover in this
Yeah.
situation with the 5-second call on the inbound play.
Because they didn't have any timeouts, you can't stop a 5 count.
15 seconds to play. Triple overtime. Dell City leads 59-57. Dell City has the ball in the backcourt. Akila Howard to inbound the ball for Dell City. She gives it to Sasha Hunt. Dykeman on D. Hunt's in the front court. Diamond staying with her. 10 seconds and a foul called on Dykeman, her 4th personal.
Okay, I would consider if Hunt makes one of 2 fouling, but you have to pick the right player to foul with, and maybe Sasha Hunt. I don't think she has many fouls. How many does she have?
Hunt has 2 fouls.
So maybe her.
And Hunt makes the first of the Toonie Buys Houses free throws, making it a 3-point game. She can make it a 2-possession game with this Toonie Buys Houses free throw.
So what I'm saying may not matter if she can make this.
Shots up, and it's good.
What clutch free throw shooting. Just play off him now. Don't foul.
9 seconds. Morgan driving in, pulls up, left elbow, blocked by Thornton, and she comes up with the ball. Dale City survives in triple overtime, 61-57. Wow, wow, wow. What a game, folks. Coach Ritchie said it was going to be a close game, tight down to the end, and was he right? 61-57, the Dale City Lady Eagles win over the Guthrie Lady Jays. Now, Guthrie will play in the losers bracket of regionals on Thursday, and it will be, on Friday. It'll be Dell City playing in the winners bracket against Carl Albert for the regional championship on Friday. We've got Sasha Hunt and Shelby Thornton with Jordan Ray down on the court, along with Coach Mariah White, our player of the game, brought to you by the Eastside Church of Christ. We'll talk more about that later, and we're going to go ahead and give the reins over to Jordan. Jordan, are you ready? Nope. Maybe he's got a microphone problem.
Hi, Tracy. My audio device is off of my audio. Okay, Coach White, what do you think? 3 overtimes? Do you wish you played a couple more?
No. We should have took care of business earlier, but that's a good game. That's a good game to start playoffs with. Can't be upset about that. Guthrie came out and played hard. We played hard. I don't think either coach wanted 3 overtimes, but we got it, and I think both teams competed.
Down 8 in the third quarter. What started for your team? And you were in control of every overtime, and then you just had a couple of unfortunate errors that led to some crazy tying shots. But what was going better in the second half?
We picked up our defense. We didn't foul as much. There were still some ticky-tack calls that were made, but we got some stops in transition, and that's where we're our best, and that's what we did that third quarter.
Are you glad that the first round's on a Tuesday, and you don't have to play again until Friday afternoon? So you're going to give this team a relaxed practice day tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll get a much-needed break tomorrow. We'll come back Friday, and we'll be ready. 3 overtimes, I think they need a little day off, but not too much because we got business to take care of Friday.
All right, we're going to talk tomorrow, right, Buffalo Wild Wings?
Yep, 6:30.
Okay, all right, but invite these girls too, okay? All right, any thoughts real quick on Carl Albert?
Every time we play Carl Albert, it's a good game. I think both teams already know what to expect. We're hungry from last year. They beat us last year on this court, and so I think our girls remember that. I think we're ready to play.
All right, Coach, congratulations for the thriller.
Thank you.
All right, this is our player of the game, Shelby Thornton. All right, Shelby, was it hard not to get discouraged with some of your team's offensive struggles, but yet you kept doing your thing on defense, and eventually your shots started going in, but were you discouraged at any point this game?
I was, but I just had to trust my team. I had to get my head back in the game. I had to go crash. I just had to be there. And I had to trust my teammates. At the end of the day, we in it together. We fought together. We went to 3 overtimes. That's all I can really ask for is for us to keep fighting for each other, keep playing for each other.
All right, and when you're getting rebounds like that, and they're all over you on the offensive end, what's important for you to, as far as how you keep your composure and finish those shots?
I'll just listen to my coaches. They always tell me that I think too much about it, but after I just didn't think about it no more, it just came. Like, I just had to let the game come to me. I couldn't just, keep second-guessing myself. I had to make them. I had to knock them down.
Are you tired?
Yes, 3 overtimes. Come on.
Okay, well, I would love for you to come to Buffalo Wild Wings tomorrow as well. Any thoughts about playing Carl Albert, though?
Can't wait. It's always a good matchup. Always a good matchup. Every time. We know it's going to be hard. We know we're going to have to fight for it. But at the end of the day, like I said, we all got to come together as a team. We got to fight together as a team.
All right, well, we look forward to all that. So congratulations, Shelby.
Thank you.
Okay, Sasha Hunt. Sasha, are you tired?
Yes. Yes, sir, I am.
But you went 4 for 4 from the free throw line in that third overtime. How do you explain that if you're tired?
You know, crunch time is just let's get the job done. We're ready to go home, so let me be the leader I am and step up and just hit big shots, and let's go.
Those, like that half court call on you, and then I thought they knocked the ball away from you in the second overtime. I mean, were you getting really frustrated there with how those overtimes ended?
No, sir. Just trusting my team. I know that the leader I am, I'm just going to shake it off, and then let's work. That's why I kept a smile on my face.
What about all the conditioning you've done in the past? Because it seems like you had that in your advantage because you also made some threes in overtime. And, again, this is when players' legs start to go away. But you didn't get tired, and you were scoring for this team in overtime.
Coach White runs us, y'all. She runs us. That's how we stay conditioned. She just runs us.
No, you love her for it?
Yes, I do. I thank her. All the coaching staff. I thank everybody.
When your team's struggling, do you say much to the team as far as keeping them in this thing?
Yes, sir. Just say, keep y'all heads up. We got this. Let's trust in each other, stay together, and let's get it done.
All right, and you got it done. Any thoughts about Carl Albert?
Let's work.
All right, we can't wait to watch the game on Friday afternoon. All right, congratulations. All right, Tracy.
All right, folks, you just were able to sit with us and watch a triple overtime thriller. The Del City Lady Eagles coming out on top over the Guthrie Lady Jays, 61-57, the final in this one. Player of the game, Shelby Thornton, who battled and battled defensively in there, getting some blocks, lots of boards, and then had her shot start coming to her, especially in that fourth period and on through overtime, doing the job. The player of the game, Shelby Thornton. Player of the game brought to you by the Eastside Church of Christ. The Eastside Church of Christ in Midwest City, folks. I'm one of the ministers there, and we believe in loving Jesus by loving our neighbors. We invite you to come find out about all the good things we do to serve the community, with clothing those who need clothing, with housing those who don't have a place to stay, with providing other services to those who are hungry. And then, of course, we just want to share the message of Jesus Christ with that as well. We have our Bible class at 9 a.m. on Sunday mornings, worship service at 10, a midweek service at 7 p.m. on Wednesdays. You can find us at eastsidechurchofchrist.org. We have live stream our Sunday morning services there as well, and just invite you to come find out about us. 916 South Douglas in Midwest City, the Eastside Church of Christ, your player of the game sponsor. Again, 61-57 overtime thriller. It was free throw woes in the early part of the game for Del City, but it was free throws in overtime that really ended up being a big difference maker for Del City. And Jordan just spent a little time talking to Coach White and a couple of the players, including Sasha Hunt, who knocked down 4 free throws in overtime, going 4 for 4 from the line in overtime, to help bring her team. Actually, those 4 free throws, you might say, were the difference, right? 4-point lead in the end. So,
yeah, and Guthrie missed a free throw in the overtime, and I don't know if Del City did in the third overtime, but finally that started to turn. That was a problem. So, Del City could have – they can look at this game and feel like they should have won comfortably with some of the offensive opportunities. And Guthrie shot tremendous from the free throw line and tremendous from 3. So – that was a match where I feel like if they had to play again, Del City would win by more. I thought they were the better team, and then Guthrie got a lot of breaks. Give them credit. I think Guthrie will definitely beat Southeast on Friday. They'll be playing here on Saturday, and they'll have a chance to advance against a regional. Not sure, no idea who their opponent would be in that game because they cross-match at that point once we get to Saturday. But a lot to look forward to with Carl Albert Del City. I think it's going to be a tremendous game on the girls' side, and we'll see. I think we'll see some tremendous games on Friday. And this was a tremendous game. But the boys' games we'll have on Thursday. Those are some higher-seeded teams going against lower-seeded teams. But I'm looking forward to Friday. I think we'll have potentially some dynamic matchups both in the afternoon and the evening.
Yeah, and we want to make sure that we make mention again of our sponsors who made this all possible, and what made me think of that, you said dynamic matchups, and
Yep.
Dynamic Health Clinic, our starting lineup sponsor. Appreciate them being a part of it. we got to say Toonie Buys Houses many, many times tonight. Toonie Buys Houses is our free throw sponsor for the game, our three-point sponsor, Bobby Lewis Insurance, with locations in Del City and Choctaw. Our instant replay sponsored by Super Subs. Our player of the game sponsored by the Eastside Church of Christ. And then our different periods are sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings, Casa Juanito, and Rose State College. Appreciate all of them, as well as our other sponsors who make it possible for us to bring these streams so you can sit and watch these games from the comfort of your home, from your phone, wherever you are, whatever way, whether you use the Oklahoma Sports Network app, the website, you find us on YouTube, Facebook, lots of ways to pick up the stream. I really appreciate you for watching. It's Carl Albert versus Del City on Friday afternoon at
3:30.
3:30 for a regional championship game, right?
Regional championship.
Now, Guthrie, who just lost this game, is going to play Southeast, who lost to Carl Albert in the earlier game.
At 2 o'clock, yeah.
That'll be in the earlier game on Friday. So it's boys games coming up Thursday, more girls games on Friday.
And boys games Friday night as well.
Boys games Friday night, and then boys and girls loser bracket games on Saturday.
Yes. Well, we don't know what games we'll cover there, but there probably will be something for us.
And lots, starting with Thursday, you got lots of other basketball with the lower classes B through all the way through 6A playing from Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So lots of basketball around the state. It's an exciting time if you are a high school basketball fan. Thursday games we got coming up on Oklahoma Sports Network?
Del City, Altus. All these games will start at 6. Midwest City, Western Heights. And Carl Albert here will be hosting Noble.
So lots of exciting games coming up on Thursday. We have the Coaches Show tomorrow.
Yep.
And so it's something every day for a while. Jordan,
That's
you're
right.
a busy man, aren't you?
You have no idea. You're starting to get an idea, though.
I'm getting an idea,
Yep.
Absolutely. And I'm moving this week, by the way.
Well, we appreciate your help very much. And, we're looking forward to it. So thank you, Tracy, for helping out. And we want to thank Matt and Bernie for the work they did. And, hey, we'll talk about this game a lot, I'm sure, first thing on our Coaches Show tomorrow. And when we see you guys again, it'll be back here for Carl Albert against Noble right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.